She wasn't born into fame, yet there was always something unmistakable about her, a quiet intensity, emotional intelligence, and a screen presence that lingered long after the scene ended. Beren Saat didn't arrive in Turkish entertainment by accident. She earned her place through depth, discipline, and performances that reshaped expectations of what a leading actress could be. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Beren Saat was born on February 26, 1984, in Ankara, Turkey, into an academically inclined family far removed from the entertainment world. Her early life revolved around education and curiosity rather than cameras. She studied business administration at Basket University, but storytelling always pulled her in another direction. Her entry into acting came after participating in a television acting competition, where her natural emotional control and expressive presence immediately stood out. Her acting career began in the early 2000s, but it was her role as Beren Saat in Ask I Memnu that transformed her into a cultural phenomenon. The series became one of the most iconic productions in Turkish television history, and Beren's portrayal of a complex, conflicted woman redefined female characters on screen. She didn't play Biter for sympathy. She played her with honesty, vulnerability, and emotional realism, earning widespread acclaim and multiple awards. Rather than staying within one formula, Beren deliberately expanded her range. She delivered haunting performances in Fatmagül Sukuna, a series that resonated internationally for its social impact and emotional weight. Later roles in Intikam and Atay, The Gift, showed her ability to move between grounded realism and symbolic storytelling, especially as Turkish content gained global reach through streaming platforms. Beren's approach to roles has always been intentional. She chooses characters that demand emotional depth and narrative responsibility, often stepping into stories that challenge audiences rather than comfort them. This selectiveness has kept her career impactful rather than oversaturated. Off-screen, her public image reflects intellect and restraint. She avoids constant visibility, rarely engages in sensationalism, and allows her work to speak first. She is also known for her interest in social issues, literature, and cultural discussions, which subtly inform the kinds of projects she accepts. Her lifestyle mirrors balance and privacy. Although her marriage to singer Kenan Doğulu placed her in the public eye, she has consistently maintained boundaries between her personal life and professional identity. She values structure, mental clarity, and long periods away from the spotlight when needed. Fashion-wise, Beren represents refined elegance. She favors classic silhouettes, understated luxury, and thoughtful styling rather than trend-driven excess. At international events and brand collaborations, her presence feels composed and intellectual rather than performative. By 2026, Beren Saat is widely regarded as one of the most influential actresses in Turkish television history. Her estimated net worth reflects decades of high-caliber projects, global streaming success, and selective endorsements. More importantly, her credibility remains intact, a rare achievement in a fast-moving industry. What truly sets her apart is emotional courage. Beren is unafraid of uncomfortable narratives, flawed characters, or silence. She trusts storytelling over spectacle, and that trust has built her legacy. From modern classics to globally streamed series, Beren Saat's journey is defined by substance over speed. As of 2026, she stands not just as a star, but as a benchmark, a symbol of depth, integrity, and lasting impact in modern entertainment. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. He wasn't born into fame, yet there was always a quiet intensity about him, a mix of restraint, depth, and screen magnetism that naturally drew attention. Burak Deniz didn't rush into the spotlight. He earned his place, shaping a career built on emotional realism and deliberate choices rather than instant stardom. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight. Hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Burak Deniz was born on February 17, 1991, in Istanbul, Turkey. His path toward acting began far from overnight recognition. He studied art history at Çanakkale Mart University, a background that subtly influenced his understanding of character, emotion, and visual storytelling. Acting entered his life not as a shortcut to fame, but as a craft he approached with patience and seriousness. His television journey started with early roles that allowed him to build experience quietly. However, it was his breakthrough role as Murat Sarsılmaz in Aşk Laftan Anlamaz that pushed him into mainstream recognition. The series became a massive success both in Turkey and internationally, showcasing his ability to balance charm, vulnerability, and emotional nuance within a romantic narrative. Rather than staying confined to lighthearted roles, Burak deliberately expanded his range. He took on darker, more psychologically complex characters in projects like Bizim Hikaye, where he portrayed Barış Aktan, a role that demanded emotional restraint and internal conflict. His performance resonated deeply, proving his strength in grounded, socially driven storytelling. His evolution continued with Marasli, where he embodied a hardened former soldier shaped by trauma and loyalty. The role highlighted his ability to carry intensity without exaggeration. Later projects such as Yerim Kalan Askler and Samarin further demonstrated his willingness to explore unconventional narratives and layered personalities. Burak's approach to acting reflects intention. He avoids repetition, choosing roles that challenge him emotionally rather than relying on formulas that guarantee popularity. This balance between mass appeal and artistic depth has helped him remain relevant as audience expectations continue to evolve. Off-screen, his public image remains controlled and understated. He avoids excessive exposure, allowing his work to speak louder than his private life. His lifestyle reflects simplicity and discipline, with a focus on mental clarity, fitness, and personal space. Fashion-wise, Burak Deniz carries a modern, effortless style. Whether attending international events or appearing casually, he favors clean silhouettes and understated confidence, reinforcing an image that feels authentic rather than curated. While his personal relationships have occasionally attracted public attention, he consistently redirects focus toward his professional journey. Within the industry, he is known as focused, respectful, and deeply invested in understanding the psychological layers of his characters. As of 2026, his estimated net worth reflects steady success through television, streaming projects, and selective brand collaborations. More than financial growth, he has built strong credibility as a dependable lead capable of carrying emotionally demanding stories. What sets Burak Deniz apart is restraint. He doesn't chase visibility. He builds presence. His performances rely on silence, expression, and emotional control, qualities that leave a lasting impact rather than instant spectacle. From romantic leads to intense dramatic roles, Burak Deniz's journey is defined by progression, not repetition. His rise reflects discipline, thoughtful choices, and a clear commitment to longevity. As of 2026, Burak Deniz stands as one of Turkish television's most compelling actors, grounded, evolving, and built to endure. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.